up guys and welcome to a new video. Today I watched Fear Street Prom Queen. Alright, so people that know me longer know that I am a massive fan of the original Fear Street trilogy that released on Netflix in 2021. 1 week, 1 movie, 3 weeks in a row, 3 movies. It was a delight to see. Fear Street was a slasher franchise that I just really adored. It wasn't the best I've ever seen, but I really liked it for what it was. And I always remembered me seeing after 1666, which was the last one in the trilogy, where we go back and see the entire history of Sarah Fear and stuff like that. I always said that I really wanted them to make a 4th part of this franchise. I wanted them to continue with it. I never thought they were actually going to do it because, well, you know, it was a beautiful trilogy. Why would you ruin a beautiful trilogy or risk everything that you've did with that? And still, you had those 3 movies releasing 1 week after each other. Why would you release 1 movie afterwards, like 4 years after? That was the things that make me think like, okay, they're probably not gonna do it. And then they announced Fear Street Prom Queen. The only problem is Leigh Janiak, or the director of the first 3 movies, she didn't come back. And now we have another one who took it over. And the story really isn't Fear Street. So to put it in the beautiful words of Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home, on the rooftop scene, he said, I got what I wanted, but it didn't make it better. And that's exactly what this movie is. I always wanted another part of this movie. I also always wanted another part of the Fear Street franchise. But then it was this, and now I'm angry. Very angry. Because what the fuck was this? This wasn't good. Let's just say, okay, the kills, it's obviously a slasher, so it has to be fun kills, and it really did not really have those fun kills, in my opinion. It was pretty bland, all of it, and that was pretty sad, because I did love how they portrayed the kills in the original 3 movies. This one, you just always saw it happen and always saw it coming from a mile away, and it was not even that interesting. Every character in this that got killed in such a bland way. Maybe it's just because I've seen it countless times before in countless other slashers, but it felt so unoriginal and so bland, whereas the original trilogy, they did something cool with the story that they had, and they did something cool with time periods, and they did something cool with all of that. And that really made that franchise stand out a lot more than this movie does. And I think that's where the biggest problem of this movie is. I can say that in and of itself, the movie isn't that awful. It isn't that atrocious. It's still bad, but not as bad as you can hope it to be, because it's part of the Fear Street franchise. Because of those 3 movies that were absolutely gorgeous and absolutely great, and this one being just a dumb, lackluster tryouts, it really makes everything worse, because it takes down the franchise you love so much. It's a false and bad property of a franchise that you absolutely adored. It feels like a cash grab. It feels like Netflix trying to feed the horse that has been fed enough and is already fucking dead, something like that. I have no idea what I'm saying, but you know what I mean with it. It was just not that good. Another thing I hated is that it just felt so cheap, all of it, to just put the name Fear Street onto it and have some minor callbacks to that franchise, like a police cop saying, oh damn, it's worse than in 78. That's a fun little reference because, well, the second movie is called Fear Street Part 2, 1978. Jesus. So that was a pretty fun reference, but if it's only those little references that you do, and for the rest it really doesn't have anything to do with Fear Street apart from some names and apart from some name drops, then why is it even a part of it? Like, it doesn't really feel like it should belong there. And that's the biggest problem that this movie faces, is just that it doesn't belong in the Fear Street franchise. So why would you do it? And why would you put it in the Fear Street franchise? It wouldn't have been great if it wasn't. It wouldn't have been good if it wasn't. For fuck's sake, there is a giant fucking dance-off in this movie. And the dance-off isn't really even good because the characters are just doing like this. And that's not fucking funny to watch. It's not even good. The acting is atrocious. The characters all are atrocious. And it's just your basic fucking story. Like, all of these girls want to become prom queen. None of them deserve to be prom queen because all of them are assholes. So of course they get angry with each other. And it's just a teenage drama in that regard. And it's just not even a good teenage drama. It's a teenage girl drama written by a straight white male in their 50s. Something like that. It feels like that. And whenever I throw something like that out there, you know I see it as a problem because I usually steer away from those stereotypes of arguments. But for here, it really does fit it, and it's just sad. This movie mainly is just sad because the potential was there. You had the Fear Street name, you had the Fear Street characters, you had the Fear Street emblem, and you have budget for a slasher flick. And still they managed to piss me off on every single front of movie making on those regards. So yeah, I am not a fan of this franchise, of this movie. I am still a big fan of the franchise, but this movie, not so much. I thought it was really bad. I couldn't wait until it was over, and the twists and turns in the end and the Scream-like reveals wherever they reveal who the killer is did not even satisfy me in any way. I was just like, oh well, okay, I guess, for the entire time. So yes, in the end, I really did think that Fear Street Prom Queen was one of the most atrocious movies in the year, and it made me more angry than it made me happy that we now have a new entry in the franchise. Fear Street for me will always be just those original 3 movies, and now I'm gonna make the smart choice and say to never touch this franchise again. I'll just let those 3 movies be their 3 movies, and let this be some kind of YouTube fan movie that people made. I am not a fan of Fear Street Prom Queen. I'm gonna give this movie half a star. Sorry, I really hated it. Alright, what did you think of this one? Please let me know in the comments down below because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on this one. I want to thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.